From the greatest soccer city in America, it's the St. Louis Ambush and the San Diego Sockers in the gateway to the West and the Family Arena. Joey Zanaboni alongside my best friend Matt Rocchio. Matt, Ambush, Sockers for the second time since February 8th.
Yeah, and you can throw that one right out the gate. Doesn't matter anymore. These are two completely different teams. The Sockers are playing at a completely different level on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball since that game. The Ambush are a completely different team. The mentality, the philosophy, it's all different. This game's a completely new one, which is going to make it fun tonight.
Sockers stole one from us in OT, and then everything changed for the Ambush. Tie you out, and a lot of guys have stepped up offensively.
Absolutely. Duduka's been one of those guys. James Thomas back into form. That's been huge as well. Also, Big Mo NDI, 3 assists in his last game out there. And my personal favorite right now, Riley Uri. Just shoot him out of a cannon and just point him where he needs to go. He could be dangerous tonight for the Ambush.
Big Mo looking like Big Mo. Riley Uri, he's been great. All the Ambush guys on our Ambush trading cards. All right, pick a card, any card, Matt.
I want Will Eskay, Chili Will Eskay, Chili Will Eskay, Chili Will Eskay.
It said he's got Jose.
And you know what? I'll roll with that any day of the week.
Jose. We're back with the Ambush and the San Diego Sockers right after this on MASL TV.
Restore Chesterfield is the official wellness and recovery center for your St. Louis Ambush. We offer cryotherapy, IV drips, hyperbaric oxygen, and so much more. Bring your ticket stub and receive 1 free core service. See you soon, and go Ambush!
MITRE is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, MITRE is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at mitre.com.
Go time at the Family Arena. St. Louis Ambush, San Diego Sockers, both matchups between these two teams coming at this venue in St. Charles, just outside of St. Louis, Missouri. Chili Willie Eskay and Craig Childs, the captains, respectively, tonight, meeting at the midway stripe with our referees. We are just about ready to go in game number 2 between the Ambush and the Sockers. Last time, Ambush never trailed until we lost the game. In overtime, Mendez scored to make it a 6-5 W for San Diego. Head coach Jeff Locker gathering his team around for one last talk and a moment of reflection. What do you think Jeff's saying to him in the huddle?
It's a completely different game. Throw that one out there. Don't worry that you dropped an L to them. Don't worry about the fact that they're fighting for the top spot in the entire league. You are a different team. You are a better team than you were 3 weeks ago.
They
Go
have
out there and prove
clinched.
it.
San Diego, a playoff spot. They are one of 3 to clinch right now in the MASL. Chihuahua is the top dog. They have played 20 games. They're 16-4, 46 points. San Diego in second, 42 points with a 15-3 record. Kansas City, who they see on Sunday, they are 13-2, 41 points. That'll be very interesting on Sunday over at Cable Dahmer on the western side of this state, Missouri. Paulo checking in for one last time with Donnie Alberti, assistant coach, who's just been promoted to general manager. Congratulations to Donnie, and he's imparting the wisdom here before we get going.
You talk about wisdom, I'm going to talk about vision. I'm going to rank Donnie Alberti as the second highest amount of vision in soccer for St. Louis. Number 1 is going to be Edward Leuven. Number 2 is Donnie Alberti. The man has a vision for this club, and you saw it in the creation of Ambush 2 to play in the M2. You see it in the creation of the USL. You're seeing it continuing with the creation of a youth club for the Ambush that is one of the newest announcements for this club. Just such a vision, and so proud of him for getting that GM job. Obviously, he had to turn things around after the colleges he coached for closed. And
here's Paulo off the opening whistle by Daniel Radford.
Quite the way to open another huge game and a new era of Ambush soccer.
It shows that he's ready to get going.
Yeah, he is.
6-on-5 really to start for the Ambush, with Paulo functioning as the extra attacker. Welcome in once again to MASL TV, Ambush Soccer's final matchup of the season between these two squads. We told you on Sunday they're going to be over in KC. We'll be here 2 o'clock against Milwaukee. Colin O'Keefe, a new acquisition, takes one out of the air with the chest, bends it toward Axel Chikute, evacuated by San Diego. They have to go back through Drew Ruggles to have that chance. Played over to Gabriel Costa. The Brazilian snakes it up the board toward Leo de Oliveira. Switch to the former Florida Tropic Drew Ruggles. And Chikute looking to influence it. Leo in front of his own bench, twirling past his coach Phil Salvaggio and Axel. Finds Tavoy Morgan. That gets fuzzled. Ambush won't break out with it. Cesar Cerda moves it back to the halfway line. Who's your favorite San Diego soccer?
I mean, I think it's got to be Tavoy Morgan. I mean, he's an absolute gamer. I love big physical strikers.
Here he is right here. Clever turn and finish.
That is, cook up a perfect striker, 10-second highlight, and it's what Tavoy Morgan just did.
Tavoy Morgan, best scorer on this team, gets a hug from everybody, including Xavier Snare-Williams, who's starting in net at midfield.
Left foot, worm burner, little English to bend it around the fingertips of Paulo, the speed, the turn, the control. I mean, you can just build a laundry list of striker qualities that you want to see. And Tavoy Morgan, as I'm trying to explain that he's going to check off all the boxes, in front of your eyes, checks off all the boxes to take a 1-0 lead. Unbelievable. By the way, again, Ambush have never won a game this season when the other team scores first. San Diego Soccer's up 1-0 early.
And we have not won a few games in a row in a few years. Closest the Ambush have come, we won 2 in a row. Last time San Diego was in town, we walked away with a point by losing in overtime.
January 2021, Joey.
It's been a long, long journey.
It would have been roughly games number like 10, 12, or 10, 11, and 12 in our Ambush careers.
2021 or 2022?
It was January 2021.
We started in October of 2021 and ran into 2022. That was our first season.
I was off by a year. So in our 4 years here, have not gotten to call the 3-game streak. Hopefully don't blame us.
Well, if we can pull it off, I'll scream at the top of my lungs for them. They already know that out in internet television land, though. Mitchell Cardenas sailboated it forward.
They've learned their lesson.
Ambush with Ryan Kido. Stop before he could get much past the yellow line. Kiko Gontan on the thwart. Now Paulo sends it over Luis Perez. Hits off the window. Rafa Araujo finds a way to escort to Robert Williamson. The new defender rolls it to Perez. Off the wall, Kido came busting after it. And San Diego able to keep him separated from the ball. Araujo takes a careless ball. And Kido settles it down with Hundelt back at the center stripe. Just past the 3-minute mark, Family Arena St. Charles 1-0. San Diego Soccer's over our St. Louis Ambush. Rafa finding Louis. The M2 product wanted to refeed Araujo, who's been really good as of late at Family Arena. Some trouble switching for San Diego. Yuri taking advantage. Riley into the corner. Off the wall to Araujo again, off the top of the dome and past Hundelt.
Plays like that, Joey, is why I brought up Riley Yuri, especially in the game like this when they want to play fast, take advantage of a little bit of an older Sockers team that's also playing 4 games in 8 days. Phil Savaggio kept his cards extremely close to the vest with us, Joey.
Super
in the pregame,
close.
super close to the vest. But he said we're going to play this game smart. Usually they play a pretty high press. I don't think we've really seen that so far.
Rolled to Chili Willie SK, the all-star, pulls it back against Ruggles, left foot. Bangs it just wide of the back stick, chased down by Chacunte. Restarted up top with James Thomas. Chili again, bursting into the corner. Again, maybe interfered with just enough. San Diego, escape difficult. Ruggles pushes it back toward their goal and will hold on to it. One of the most entertaining players in the MASL. Ruggles has done pretty well with San Diego this season to avoid their goal scorer.
We've called a lot of Drew Ruggles games in our time, Joey, haven't we?
Thinking back over the last 4 years,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Tropics.
Lots of games. Tropics. Is he with Harrisburg before that? There's
Rings
another-
something of a
I feel
bell.
like there was a team with a
I don't know if
yellow
it's the
or red
right bell.
jersey.
Mendez, Sebastian Mendez, who broke our hearts a month ago,
Oh, that was a
switches
tough
it to
game.
the top of the gold line.
It's really crazy, though, how different these teams are since that game. Not so much personnel-wise. I know the Sockers added a defender from Dallas and Quintana, but
I like
the
the way you
Ambush's
were.
entire philosophy is
You were
different.
thinking with Harrisburg. I was thinking the same thing. It was actually Baltimore. though. It was
Baltimore, thank you. I
kind
always
of one
get them
place.
confused.
Now that was before our time in the MASL, but we've been monitoring, and Milwaukee Wave as well. He's an ex-Wave guy, Drew Ruggles. And Cardenas putting. Little dance step. Mendez recirculation. Ben Raymond. The Sockers riding the Ferris wheel. Cardenas through the middle, nobody there. Williamson bodies Mendez away from it, trying to turn. And corkscrews forward. SK, Chile, real estate. Zings it just by the back post again. Duduka tried to clean it up. Mendez rolls it forward. He yanked that 13 jersey off and showed it to all the fans after scoring here on February 8th. Youngster who's kind of an anomaly on a team that has 3 players north of the age of 40. Jeff Michaud, he's not that close to 40. He's on the field now.
One of those players, Craig Childs.
Hundelt might have handed that. They say no and keep on going. Mendez. Lucas Almeida, he's kind of close to 40, 35 years old. Gets the screwdriver in on it. And free kick coming for San Diego.
Childs was kind of a question whether or not it would be him or Juan Salazar in the lineup today. And Childs just hitting that 40-year mark last year. But him being in this game again with how tight this schedule is for the Sockers, I think does show you, even though Savaggio didn't tell us this, I think we're going to see a more conservative version of the Sockers. He was playing it super
Read
close.
between the lines is what you're saying.
I think he's worried that we might have talked to the ambush after we talked to him. But we wouldn't have done that, Coach. Come on now.
He
We
does
talked to
play him
we
close
talked
to
to the ambush
chest.
beforehand.
But we said, what's it going to be like tonight? Knowing you have Kansas City on Sunday, he said, we're all in on this game right
put
now.
it
It's
this way.
so important not to lose.
Let's put it this way. His hands were so close to his chest. Me and Joey were using regular cards. I think he was playing Uno.
We've got our Tucanos ambush playing cards and trading cards.
Yeah, I think he was playing Uno, maybe a little Magic the Gathering, some Pokemon. Like, that's how close his cards were to the chest. I'm not sure.
Holding them close,
He might not have
holding
had
those
cards.
cards closer to the chest than a cardiologist obsessed with Magic the Gathering, right?
I mean, that was a lot of words, but yeah.
In essence, Lauren, our great assistant up here in the booth, she likes
Would
that
you be
one.
Would you be confident
Thank
if
you,
you found
Lauren.
out your doctor, if your cardiologist was obsessed with a playing card game from the 90s? Would you feel confident in that?
Well, I'd say he knows something about Magic. He's
I
got to
mean-
have a couple tricks up his sleeve, right?
I'd ask him what his thought on blue control decks are, and then we'll see. We'll go from there. That's
7
a deep
left
cut. If
in
you
the
really, if anyone on the,
first.
broadcast
Christian Gutierrez
understands a word I just said, please
turns it back.
message me on Twitter. I want to be your friend.
Or comment here on the MASL TV YouTube
And
page.
I assume if you know that what I just said, you need a couple. So
Childs is in the front of the field, trying to get open as they saddle back up for another chance. Nice defense from Luis Perez. And Perez, the Pattonville High and Missouri Baptist alum, after stealing it from Costa, can't make anything of it.
Yeah, risky
Gutierrez,
dribble.
Cardenas, back to him, and Gutierrez whips it wide.
Can't be turning the ball over that soft in the midfield against this Sockers team. If you're going to win this game, you got to jump on their mistakes with speed, and you got to cut down on your mistakes. Luis Perez has got to keep that dribble controlled.
Guantan refeeding Ruggles, 6-11, 1-0 Sockers over our ambush. Morgan, the goal scorer, leaving back. Ruggles had a chance, little whack-a-mole in the middle, did not whack the mole. Morgan tracks it down. Up top, Cesar Cerda. Feed, Ruggles slides! Morgan had it slip just by. Leo gives Morgan up top, tries another turn. Loses it in those pink boots. James Thomas bumps it to SK. Chili Willie SK! Shocking him like a soon-to-be recalled Pikachu doll! On the counter, ambush, level in the first against the Sockers.
It sounds a little cliche, but the ambush we're going to win today in 3 phases. Countering, counter-pressing, and pressing. A huge goal there on the counter for Chili Willie SK to tie this one up.
We're tied 1-1 with 5:40 left in the first on MASL TV.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Green Drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks. Learn more or try it for yourself by visiting greendropcompression.com. Fans Take 10. That's all the time you'll need for Eric Bergrud to take you inside the game and get to know some of the biggest stars advancing the sport on and off the field. 10 for 10 airs weekly on MASL TV.
From the top of the arch to the top of the MASL, hard to think of a more consistent performer than Chili Willie SK. He slides one home to make it 1-1, a little past the halfway point of the first quarter. Friday night soccer action. Craig Childs restarting it. Fans, join us on Sunday as we take on Milwaukee at 2:05. Ambush 2 taking on the Wisconsin Conquerors right after. It's the Window World St. Louis mascot game at halftime featuring Fredbird, Louie, and Bushwhacker. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
I just think it's risky having Louis out there. He fights dirty. We all know it. It's just time to say it.
Bushwhacker, of course, is the pristine, ever moral mascot.
Never done anything wrong in his life.
Williamson does something wrong according to the referee Radford here.
I disagree on both counts.
Williamson is backing up to form a barrier in front of
You can't
Paulo.
penalize someone with hair like that. That's in the rule book.
Robert Williamson.
Why
I think he's going to be an MLS
like
All-Star, an MASL All-Star. Certainly he's already on the all-hair team. There's a hot shot right into his chest. Deflects out to Almeida.
Oh,
bad touch. Colin O'Keefe almost made him pay. Duduka sent it into the corner. Just a bad ball played Kind of played back by Charlie Gonzalez. Ambush can't take advantage, though.
Risky play there, but Boris Pardo, that's great goalkeeping. You weigh that quick little equation in your head whether or not you can beat the man to the ball.
Oh! They had trouble in goal in the back last time where Pardo started the game, basically pulled himself out. Xavier Snare-Williams, who's in there tonight, is the guy who almost gives it away. He got the W. Ruggles. Little piece around. Almeida. Out from the top of the bow and arrow. Araujo to Almeida. And he is infringed upon slightly. Foul against the San Diego Sockers. We've got a QR code in the top right-hand corner of your screen. It's from Clover. Scan it now, turn yourself into a fun character, and tag us across social media at ST Lewis Ambush, and you might win tickets to an upcoming MASL game.
Interesting. I wonder if something happened pregame to the goaltending.
There was it seemed like a last-minute change.
Yes, because the listed starter was, as it has been for the majority of the season, Boris Pardo, coming off a huge stretch of games, getting some assists, in fact, in the last couple of games. And as Joey said, my apologies, Xavier Snare-Williams is between the pipes. Interesting call here from the Sockers. Is this the schedule's congestion? Did something happen to Pardo in warm-ups? Very interesting, Joey, here. A little wrinkle into the game that we did not expect.
Ball Kangaroos up and away. We are under 4 left in the first. 1-1. SK has it on the griddle. And Chile represented us along with Dylan Hundelt. MASL All-Star Game February 12th. Williamson.
Snare-Williams this season has appeared in 6 games. Goals against average of 5.07 and a save percentage of 726. 726 save percentage actually higher than Boris Pardo's 694, but that 5.07 goals against average higher than Boris Pardo's 4.5 for the season.
And it was kind of a weird game last time we were here where I don't know if it's something happened or age, tired legs, tired goalie gloves, but Pardo pulled himself basically, we think, out of the game.
Yeah,
obviously the
right.
coaching staff approves of it, and then Snare-Williams came in and kind of stabilized the situation. As memory serves, it was 4-2 at the end of the first quarter ambush, and then we scored just another goal.
Not Pardo's arena.
Along the way.
Not Pardo's arena. And I mean, listen, we're talking about a former league MVP who isn't in the lineup today. You got to take advantage of that. And so far, they're keeping it a close game.
And I think he's the only one I read who's ever played in the history of Major Arena Soccer 10,000 minutes. He's been around for a long time, and he's got over 100 wins in a San Diego uniform. Gontan feeding. Things fraying. Paulo has to dive out a bit in front of Gutierrez. Morgan, crazy shot.
He was, Joe, this is what I'm talking about with Tavoy Morgan. I know he booted it too hard, but he was falling away from the ball, and he barely got his toe on it, and the ball with speed went 30 yards. I mean, he's got an absolute howitzer attached to his hip.
Certainly has a hard shot. Duduka, he's got a hard shot.
That's the analogy.
We call it the
Sorry,
Duduka.
is howitzer to...
we call it the Duduka Bazooka.
Okay, there you go. Is howitzer too esoteric?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think most
Bazooka's
common
better.
folks can understand, right?
Bazooka's right in the zeitgeist. So you got me there, Joey. You found the more.
You're kind, you know that? You really are.
Eisenhower would be proud.
Well, it really is a pleasure to get a compliment from you, Matt. And boy, I can't believe it, but I won't be here on Sunday. You'll be with the legendary Mark Moser.
God, that's good.
For the call 2 o'clock against Milwaukee Wave, and then we have just one more home game, March 28th. As our longtime fans know, this is always a tough part of the year for me and Matt because we don't socialize outside the broadcast.
I feel like you're publicly shaming me into something right now.
Paulo socializes that to Almeida. Snare-Williams' glove snaps it away. We've had lunch once. Of course, we grew up together, spent the first, 14, 15 years of our lives together?
Putting all these facts on blast for no apparent reason. Ryan Keto
Just trying to give him the
game,
background, right?
adding some speed. Jeff Michaud, how about Jeff Michaud getting back into the lineup today, Joey? A big move for the ambush. No Mo NDI today. Robbie Christo just still a little bit tweaked from the injury. Can't really go back-to-back games right now. So we saw a change with Louis Perez coming in, Jeff Michaud coming in.
Under 60 left in the first, 1-1 affair. Cerda loses it a bit in the black boots. Giving to Childs, snaked over Mendez, fronted by Williamson. Mendez plays it safe, gets it right back. The young heartbreaker, taking into the corner, slashes it off the wall. Paulo knocks it down and says, "Get away from me." Rolls it relatively short to Williamson, 30. Ambush, I think, could be happy with a 1-1. Press of the Sockers. Paulo had it picked off on the board by Gutierrez, under 20. He goes tapping with Ruggles. Quito in the area. Ruggles juggles it to Childs. Quito doing enough to interfere. 10 seconds left in this 1-1 first. And Quito gets pushed down to the ground by Ruggles. 8.3 seconds to go. Ruggles thought he went down easy. Quito going down by the Logan University side. Williamson, he's ready to boot it loose. SK moving up the left side. Not going to reach him on the free kick, but we catch a break. Gets headed into the penalty box by Cerda. And the fans will fish that out. 4.6 seconds, not completely done yet. SK and Chacunte closest to the goal. Thomas will join. Williamson at the joystick. Williamson to Chacunte, header! Oh! Yeah, baby! 1.2 seconds left! Can you believe that? Ambush lead!
I have no words. Long ball from Robert Williamson. Axel Chacunte with the header. Did SK have to touch it in? Or was it all Axel? He's the one throwing the ball. All Axel Chacunte got it into the side shelf.
The score.
What an incredible goal here. I thought Will SK, he just puts his arm out to stabilize himself against the glass. I was a little worried there because Chacunte, the perfect header, looping in, parabolic, as Joey likes to say.
And now the wall will block the restart. Hammered into them by Taylor Walter Bond. How about that? Williamson to Chacunte with the goal of the week in the MASL. Ambush 2, Sockers 1 at the end of 1. This is the Major Arena Soccer League on MASL TV.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo. Alex Postavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics.
What a finish. Quarter number 1, actually. chatting with Corey Adamson, victorious head coach in our M2 game this afternoon, leading the Ambush 2 to a victory over the Minnesota Blizzard. Tavoy Morgan scored for San Diego, but that's ancient history. Juggles the ball in the center circle as Paulo gets ready. And Paulo in the Ambush now on top, and Paulo defending the goal on the left side of your screen as Xavier Snare-Williams defends the one on your right. Snare-Williams, 6 foot, 215, out of Oceanside, California, hometown kid who's playing for the Sockers in Oceanside, and they'll be in the playoffs that are being held in Oceanside at Front Wave Arena. Morgan ready with the ball. That was dropped off by legendary St. Louis golfer Jay Delsing to open up our pregame ceremonies just about 20-25 minutes ago. And Costa off the opening tap and gets it right back on the defensive end. San Diego, nothing assured for them as far as seeding goes. And you know they haven't done much except win 12 of 14, including 4 of their last 5. Morgan into Michaud. Jeff wears it. That's something we'll need to do without Big Mo. NDI has been excellent blocking shots as of late. Cerda. O'Keefe and Duduka around him. Now Costa going to work. O'Keefe tries to slide in front. Michaud gets it to O'Keefe, bumped out toward Duduka. Re-won by Cerda. Costa is shot blocked by a sliding Michaud. O'Keefe launching loose. Chile wants a second. Snare-Williams wants a chest. Takes it off the torso. It gets over the penalty box into the second row of seats. And 14:08 to go in the second. Fans, do you have a group of 10 or more who want to attend an Ambush game at a discounted rate? We're here to help. Send an email to info@stlambush.com to request more information. Paulo to Williamson. On the board, Bond and Leo go for the take. It rolls back to Snare-Williams. It's just the tough time of the year where you start to say goodbye to the regular season. Hopefully the Ambush able to make the playoffs. Right in the thick of the chase, that 8th place, and we'd love to be out there at Front Wave. Leo bursting forward, and Christian Briggs gets in his way. 3-on-3, Araujo to the right. Off to Quito on the left. Ryan cuts it back in, finds Rafa. Rafa pinches it down. Quito in the corner, fronted by Childs, and safety hatch through Williamson. Just be massive to get into the playoffs for this Ambush team. A lot of hard workers in a season that's, well, it's been respectable, especially as of late. Had to battle through some turbulence. Frank Tayu started the season with the Ambush. Now he's with the Wave. We'll see him on Sunday with Ian Bennett. Ambush through it all, just 2 points out of a playoff position. Tacoma with 20. We've got 18. Maybe a soft foul assessed here against Araujo. Utica's in 7th, 28 points. Ambush beat them to start this 2-game winning window. Almeida pirouetting. Walling almost found a way through the fence. Cardenas piecing out wide. Probably too late to catch Utica. You never know. But certainly Tacoma in our sights, and Dallas, they're hanging around as well. Just beat them for the 2nd straight win. They've still got 15 points. Down goes the Soccer in front of the Ambush bench. It's been busy getting guys from Dallas. Colin O'Keefe comes to us. Christian Quintana goes to San Diego. That was Gonthon, who took a seat in front of the Ambush reserves area. 12.5 still to play before the halftime break. Careless ball. Yuri couldn't quite get to it initially. Things coagulate up the board. Nice work by Louis to get back and get the steal. Ball took a slight skip on Paulo. Steak knifes it to James Thomas. JC Long. Snare-Williams had 1 foot out of the box but kept the ball in. The highlight moment, the goal from Williamson to Chikunte. That lead maintained by the Ambush, and it won't shrink here. Morgan doing some pushing against Thomas. Paulo and Thomas want to go quick.
By the way, Joey, the storyline that we opened the game with, talking about Snare Williams, it's going to be interesting to see if something maybe comes of them starting a player that wasn't in the starting lineup for the official roster turn-in.
They did put on the card it was Pardo. That was the one we got, and that is the official card. So, yeah.
So there could be a penalty that we see assessed to the Sockers mid-game because of this. And so we've actually been told that the refs
Colin O'Keefe. BB's one just wide.
The refs are aware of it. We double-checked, make sure it was Snare Williams in between the pipes at 15:00 of the first.
We're getting a word that, yeah, the refs are at least checking on this. The officials do need to be told in this situation. So something interesting brewing for Phil Salvaggio and the San Diego Sockers.
A little gamesmanship gone wrong. Now, there was a late roster switch. We referred to that earlier. The Sockers were deciding between whether Juan Salazar or Craig Childs would be in the lineup today. So I think there potentially is a chance that the official lineup we were given, Joey, might not have been as official as we thought.
Paulo back out to the center line. 4 minutes into this second quarter.
Stuff like this is why Phil Salvaggio keeps his cards close.
It's not pardon me, it's Pardo me.
Oh, no. We were doing
Last
so
time I
well.
said he was
we hadn't punned
Boris
since like the
Pardo
first
is
minute of the show.
Fallen a Pardo.
Oh, we were going. Oh,
falls
no,
a
we did it
Pardo.
again.
Courtesy of Duduka. Williamson, though, bounces it up into the crowd. Fans, join us on Sunday as we take on the Milwaukee Wave at 2 o'clock, and Ambush 2 takes on the Wisconsin Conquerors immediately following. Plus, it's the Window World St. Louis mascot game at halftime featuring Fredbird, Louie, and Bushwhacker. Get those tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Foul on Yuri. Ambush bench close to irate.
The word we're getting from the ref, by the way, Joey, is that the official roster simply is the gross players that you have on the roster that day.
So it doesn't matter.
Starter
Starter
stipulation
okay.
is not actually a requirement for the roster to be, I guess,
so
legal.
Boris
we'll
Pardo
call it.
started, but he played 0 seconds. At the 0 second mark, Phil said, "Hold on a second, let me go with Xavier."
So Xavier Snare
Mystery
Williams
solved.
was
And
listed
he was
on the
roster. Card. Yeah,
yes,
they
he was
were
on the
both
card
on
as
the card.
the backup. So it's just the gross general roster, the stipulation between the backups and the starters, not involved. You can get a little chicanery late in the game, I guess.
Shoots it off the STLambush.com side.
I think that makes sense.
I'm so stunned by all of this that I've dropped my phone. Thank you to Jim Fossil, our Ace PR man, for picking it up for me. Paulo over the top are Ujo and Ruggles partial collide. Costa. Leo just wide. Paulo sprawled out for it. Pollo Cortez is available off the bench. Pollo was pitching a shutout before getting hurt in the fourth quarter against Dallas. Paulo finished that game. Pollo was about 8 minutes from the first shutout of the season. Unfortunately, Dallas ended up scoring a couple of times toward the end of the game. Ambush still won 9-2, but usually that's how it goes, where they will split time. First half Paulo, second half Pollo. That was an exception after Paulo played on his bobblehead night last Friday. Pollo was playing basically the entire game on Sunday. Ended up getting into a collision that involved his head. This is a collision that involves Tavoy Morgan and Christian Briggs. Blue card already out against Briggs, and Morgan writhing around on the ground in pain. Cerda says, you got to go. Briggs still can't believe it. Avatar card comes out for the first time. San Diego a golden chance to even up this game.
And we've had a couple of these before. The actual intensity of the tackle doesn't really come into play. It's does he make a clean bit of contact? Because if you get ball first, you can tackle pretty physically. So it looks though like Briggs failed to get. I don't know about that call actually. I think the issue with Briggs might be that he made contact with the ball cleanly, but he threw contact into Morgan before he touched the ball and in a way that was probably unnecessary. So good call on the official, because both in the moment it looked like it was a pretty rough tackle, but then even when you look at it, again, you can see it. Briggs clears the ball cleanly, but he probably doesn't need to go as hard into Morgan as he did, and that was a little risky and I think warrants a blue.
Briggs from Trinidad and Tobago, former Loyola University Chicago and St. Louis University player, into the box as Morgan very slowly makes his way off the field. Fans, our final home game this season is on Friday, March 28th at 7 o'clock as we take on the Milwaukee Wave. Be one of the first 1,000 in the arena and receive a free eyeglass cleaning cloth courtesy of Under the Yellow Umbrella. Get your tickets at the arena box office or at Ticketmaster.com. Well, it was Briggs on the foul and the penalty. It's 4 out there for the ambush. Williamson, SK, Chakunte, and Hundelt. This is not a penalty shot. It's a direct free kick. Childs is going to take it for San Diego as the ambush try to build the wall. Thinking in Lego terms, really close to the ball. And moved a few more Legos back by the referee.
Why Lego terms?
Well, they were one Lego length away from the ball there. Just one tiny brick. 3+ on the wall with Williamson around. Now Paulo comes out, and Paulo breaking things up like my GF did with me on the last day of the Eras Tour. Really ruined all that touring.
Yeah, you bought the tickets and she just took them and run.
Well, she still bought the tickets,
Oh, okay.
but come on. I was enjoying them. Gutierrez gets it back. Charlie. Hot air balloons. Ambush feeling pretty solid, I think, on this penalty kill. 30 seconds into it. St. Louis this season,
pretty good.
5 power plays against us. We've killed about 78% of the 2-minute disadvantages.
Special teams have been one of the sneaky best parts about the ambush. It's just they don't have a lot of them, so it doesn't jump out to you. But in both power play and power kill, top half of the league.
Hundelt got pulled out there. This will squeegee more water off the time Dolphin. 8:26 to go until half. $1.14 left in the penalty change jar. Paulo softly done. Ruggles on the head. Duduka on the chase.
Ruggles, one of his career highs in goals. Watch him sit there in the box.
They wanted Charlie again. Costa has to chase it down. The mustachioed Childs. 40. Leo appears up top. Give Costa right into Chile's wickets. Costa gets too far in front of himself. Ambush having a relatively easy time. 20 now. Costa backstick and Ruggles. Chalk it up to the announcer's jinx. Looked good on the penalty kill, but you were talking about it. Ruggles lurking.
Chalk it up to a very rare mistake by Robert Williamson.
Deuce is up. 7:29 left in the second. Ambush 2, Sockers 2. You're watching the Major Arena Soccer League on MASL TV.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
Drew Ruggles, the former Blast, Wave, Tropic, turns Soccer. They found him on the power play, and they're back to sea level as a result.
Yeah, just a disappointing look there. I mean, you got to give credit to the power play of the Sockers for getting things free, but Robert Williamson simply cannot let himself be pulled in the middle like that. I know you don't want to give a long shot, just an absolute free range in the entire goal with just Paolo to stop him, but when you have the trade-off of a 20-foot screamer that Paolo's squared up on or letting in a tap-in on the back post, you got to let Paolo win that matchup. So Robert Williamson, who's been fantastic since the trade for Frank Taiu, whose defense is going to be crucial for them winning a playoff spot and getting the most out of that trade, he just cannot make that simple of a defensive mistake. Great play by Ruggles, though. 8 goals for him, closing in on a career high.
8 on the season for Ruggles, and it's a good start to his San Diego Soccer's career. Williamson out of the center circle with Thomas. Ambush trying to respond back to 5-on-5. Duduka dueling with Cardenas. Trying to back him down. Signature Hulk movements. Upstairs O'Keefe. Thomas. Almeida. Duduka. Splashed it off the window. Thomas went for the head. Bond sent him down. Almeida. Trying to pinball it in to the box. Snare Williams gets the claws on. Xavier Snare Williams in the orange with the neon green-yellow gloves. It's clever in the middle from Gonton to ice pick it down. Now Leo. Almeida made it difficult. Duduka vacuums up off the wall.
Great job by the defense there. Thought they were going to give him a free run there for a second, Joey, but then you just got the late crashing. Defenders take the ball away. Good team defense for the ambush.
Christian Quintana, the former sidekick, tracked it in the back. Now Leo has a friend just wide. Left-footed shot off the foot of Cerda. Bang just west of the post. Morgan wanted a return ball from Leo. Paulo jars it out. Cerda will find it on the San Diego side of the beach. Big week for St. Louis versus San Diego, MLS side. St. Louis City in San Diego last weekend. That was Saturday, and now the soccer is coming to town today. The second time in about a month. Mendez was waiting for the header. Williamson gets to it first. Michaud and him collide. And there's a whistle. Mendez is saying, hey, they ran into each other, but he gets whistled for the foul. Mendez, I think he has a case. I'm not going to tell the referees. Don't tell the referees that one.
Joe, you know what I love about this matchup of San Diego versus St. Louis? Someone's walking away a winner.
That's right.
No draws here.
It's the greatest soccer city in America against the finest soccer city in America. Bond giving. Mendez slashes it wide. Maybe still too
also after the last game.
Mad about the call. Ruggles.
After some of the times this game and last game, not one of the worst shooting teams in America.
It's one of those things where there's a lot of ties between the two cities and the two teams and the two leagues.
I think there could be a little bit.
Mendez recovers it, couldn't get it to Childs. Cardenas says it slipped by.
We could figure out a way to get a little bit more connection between our weather.
Yeah. Well, there's an interesting MLS connection. Okay. I was talking to Joe Tutino, voiced the LA Galaxy earlier today, and he said, you know, I actually designed the San Diego Soccer's shield that they currently wear. Said he did it on his iPad. He's the director of marketing for the San Diego Sockers and is going on 30 years as the voice of the Galaxy. Mendez happy to tweezer this off the wall. Michaud trying to cover him.
So, Joey, your 30 year of being on the MLS broadcast would be 2052? 2053?
2053.
Oh, my gosh.
And my 50-year anniversary with the St. Louis Ambush. My 30-year anniversary is 2051.
There's
my
no
50
way,
year is 2071.
There's no way we haven't escaped heat death of the universe by then.
Off of Chikunte, maybe his hand last. Cardenas. Now, are you still planning to do the ambush in 2051?
Yeah. Oh, my God, of course. I mean, look at everything this team's added. How many games are we going to be calling, Joey? We're going to have an Ambush 1 game, an Ambush 2 game, youth games, and we're going to have a USL team to call. By that time, they'll probably be promoted to the biggest league. They'll have an MLS
couldn't
team at that
get
point.
it through the thicket. Now SK to Yuri, who was being tapped at from behind, went down, no whistle. Maybe a little bit surprising. That was Gonzalez Charlie on the defense. He's still around Yuri. We're happy to be with you from now until 2051 at least. All your broadcasts on MASL TV, occasionally CBS Sports Golazo. That's where we were against Utica on February 28th at the outset of this 2-game winning window for St. Louis.
Joey, I predict now, you're 30 from that first season.
Ish.
You're still calling St. Louis City in the MLS. But I'm your rival now because through the USL and the new promotion relegation system in American soccer by then, the St. Louis Ambush are a MLS team. And I'm calling the MLS games. For the Ambush, you're on the City, and now we're rivals.
We're looking into a crystal ball here.
Crosstown rivals.
Well, we're already rivals, Rocky. As I said, we don't ever socialize outside these broadcasts.
Well, no, our families would never let us live it down. There'd be wars in the streets. Florence would never survive.
Capulets and Montagues, right?
Yeah, I almost said Romulans, but then I realized that was wrong.
I think it was Fair Verona where they lived.
It was Verona. It was not Florence. Damn it. I'm really off right now.
Florence, Verona.
I'm really screwing up this Romeo and Juliet play.
They still love you out there. And
didn't remember Montagues. Didn't remember Verona. Went with Florence. I'm more of a Medici guy. What do you want from me?
The Medicis.
There you go. I'm a little
Costa,
little Machiavelli, some Savonarola.
This outside gets it right back. That actually makes sense because he's the patron. He's the patron of the guy that he's handing the ball out to.
There you go.
Passing
I like
the
that.
ball
That works.
To Cerda reappears up top to get it.
Sometimes you stumble on something.
O'Keefe as the fans come to life. Up the wall.
Yeah, I'm really.
Colin, who scored against his former team, the Sidekicks last weekend, pulls it back.
One of the most famous lines in the play, Fair Verona. God bless it. How did I mess that up?
It is your second game of the day, Rocky.
There you go. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate that. It's not just my basic ignorance for things I should have learned in school.
Gutierrez got it back. It's played it a little bit dangerously across the box to Raymond. Bad pass. Stolen by Thomas to Duca off the wall. Wanted to get it back to Thomas. Step through Quito. Jackrabbits forward, and he'll get whistled for a foul trying to win it back. Costa spills, and Tweety Bird has to blow extra loud to settle the guys down. $1.48 until the orange slices. Good ball game going on, Family Arena St. Charles. Ambush 2 and Sockers 2. Thanks to all of our friends listening and watching from across the country. We've got so many folks with us.
Just 13 total shots on goal in this first half, Joey.
Araujo, he got fouled, and the Ambush are going on a power play. Is it a penalty shot to boot?
I believe that's what Araujo might be lobbying for right now. He's pointing to the spot, coming away from the official. Definitely some strong lobbying.
Araujo was certain as Cerda gets banished, and Araujo is saying, hold on a second, I was a little bit further along than where you're putting the ball just outside the yellow line. I had a clear path in. And Araujo has a quick Zoom call with this red-clad refereeing crew. 1:37 left on the game clock in the second quarter, so this could spill over about 20 seconds into the second if the Ambush don't take advantage. Again, we never trailed first time we played against San Diego until we lost the game in overtime. Trailed 1-0 out of the gate here. Led 2-1. Sockers tied it up. 2-2 on a power play goal by Ruggles. Trying to repay the favor. Hundelt SK. Thomas, top of the bow. Give back Chile, who's scored. Hundelt, his fellow all-star. Triangulating with Thomas. Almeida in the left corner. Duduka in the right. Paulo in the backfield. Hundelt nudging to Duca, spinning against Ruggles. Off the keeper's hand, off of Cardenas, almost deflected in. Snare Williams happy to hoover. Now he's happy to catapult. SK, calm and cool, chests it down. Plays back through Paulo. It'll be a touch awkward, but it gets the D. Dunn and Hundelt takes it through the public park with SK. El Abuelo, Almeida, back to Hundelt. Chile with the captain's armband. Dylan just misses the upper 90. Under 30, Paulo
Man,
pulls up as the sixth attacker.
That looked like it was on the underside of the bar. I know it's not likely, but I want to see a replay of that one. I feel like a big chunk of that ball was across the white line.
SK, good back heel. Almeida hit it off Ruggles, got under Snare Williams. It's hoisted downfield, 8 seconds. Paulo.
So can he get another buzzer beater?
Dylan. Deflected on the way in. Sockers tried their luck. Won't be in time. We go to half, tied 2-2 at Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri. Ambush Sockers. This is the Major Arena Soccer League halftime show. Alex Bostavansky and co will catch you up after this on MASL TV.
Clint Black in concert. Clint Black, an incredible night featuring some of his greatest hits. Saturday, April 12th, 7 p.m., the Family Arena. Clint Black in concert. Special guests Ruby Lee and Emily Ann Roberts. On sale now at the Carroll House Furniture box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. Don't miss Clint Black.
It's Coco Melon. Sing along live. Dance and sing along with JJ, Nina, Cody, and all their friends.
It's the animal dance.
Coco Melon. Sing along live. Jam with the fam and dance every chance you get in this new musical adventure. Live at the Family Arena, Saturday, June 28th. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
Go! Shoot! It's goal!
MASL in 5, back once again. What's going on, folks? I'm Alex Bostavansky. It is great to see you again. We got lots to get you caught up on from stuff that's gone down over the past few days. And we've got to preview what's coming up this weekend in just 5 minutes. So let's go.
I think it was just a bench warning, Tom. It looked like on Coach Stokic.
Tayo turning, shot the goal! All hail the king. He's got his first as a member of the Wave.
Frank Tayu made his debut with the Milwaukee Wave last weekend, and I'd say he made a pretty good impression, to put it mildly. The league's all-time points leader was unstoppable, racking up 4 goals, plus a helper as Milwaukee smoked Kansas City 13-3. Now, we wondered what the chemistry between him and Ian Bennett would be like. Frighteningly good, as it turns out. Beautiful assist by Bennett to Frank right there. They will be a terrifying duo. And it was a milestone day for IB26 as well. The MASL legend had 2 points, taking him over the 500 mark for his career. Congratulations to the Canadian assassin. The Wave snapped KC's 8-game winning streak in the process. Let's check in on the playoff race. St. Louis is suddenly surging. They face Dallas, a team they're fighting for 8th spot, and absolutely teed off on them, winning 9-2. That marks the biggest margin of victory for St. Louis so far this season. They also faced Utica City, and once again, the Ambush was flexing its offensive muscle. It was Star Wars night in St. Louis, and the Force was definitely with them.
Everything else is going to change.
Oh, Chili on a take. Chili Willie!
They racked up 9 goals in this contest as well, holding off UCFC 9-8. And the team they are chasing for 8th spot missed a golden opportunity to pad its lead. Tacoma was hosting San Diego and just couldn't quite pull it off, losing to the Sockers 8-5. So they sat in 8th spot, but the Ambush entered this weekend with a game in hand, so they've got time to make up that difference. There are lots of great games happening this weekend. 2 huge ones include the top 3 teams in the league. Both involve KC. The Comets traveled to Chihuahua on Friday to face the first place Savage, who they beat 5-2 back on January 25th. 2 days later, they'll be back at home against second place San Diego. They've had 2 great games this season, those squads, with each team winning 1. Okay, your Green Drop Players of the Week: Boris Pardo in goal from San Diego, Omar Silla from Baltimore defensively, and offensively it is, yes, the King, Frank Taillou. Let's start with King Frank making his Milwaukee debut. Couldn't have gone much better. Absolutely dominant. 5 points in that massive win over the KC Comets. Defensively, Omar Silla, what a game he had against Harrisburg. Great on defense and offensively as well. 4 points, 3 goals, 1 assist in the big Baltimore win. And in goal, Boris Pardo doing what Boris Pardo does. Big saves, and he also chipped in with 2 assists in the win over Tacoma. Okay, plays of the week now.
No 6th attacker jersey has been deployed yet onto the...
Oh, from Gamboa! Oh, Noah.
It's a ragged far post shot. Goal! It's Danny! Lovegrove lines up the shot. Chavez now can dribble clear. 2v1 despite the numbers deficit. Here's Chavez into the attacking zone. Chavez goes on, rolls it across. Macias!
Let's get back Alvis, fakes the shot. Ryucho slips a bit. Dantas!
Checo. Diegas. Oh, my. Oh, what a blast from Diegas.
Ruggles from distance plays himself. Wallace Scora. Look at Drew Ruggles go. Christo tries to read it, comes off his line. Ruggles called his own number.
He's a great salesman sometimes.
Performance.
Almeida Dalu! I doff my cap to you, good sir.
Hero now in his 11th season, the only coach in the MASL. Ian coming down, shot and a goal! Oh, what a combination there from Ricardo to Ian. Wave leads 3-0. Point number 500 in Ian Bennett's career.
And that is going to wrap things up for today's show. But just a reminder that all throughout the MASL season, to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the league, be sure to check out their official social media outlets. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a big step underground the guards. Top-notch rules, get the moors, nothing less over. Straight to the find out that you're boss. Pushing culture, baby, got the body, you can make it.
Restore Chesterfield is the official wellness and recovery center for your St. Louis Ambush. We offer cryotherapy, IV drips, hyperbaric oxygen, and so much more. Bring your ticket stub and receive one free core service. See you soon, and go Ambush!
Take control. Make a healthy change. Maintain a healthy weight. Exercise regularly. Don't smoke or use smokeless tobacco. Eat a healthy diet. Limit alcohol. Protect yourself from the sun and avoid tanning beds. Protect against sexually transmitted infections. Get screening tests. For more 8 Ways tips, visit siteman.woostel.edu/take control.
Two at half. Ambush, San Diego Soccer's Family Arena in St. Charles. Soccer's 8 shots on goal, 5 for the Ambush. Couple of saves for each keeper, 4 block shots for St. Louis. All in all, a pretty good start for the Ambush.
Yeah, can't ask for that more. You don't put as many shots on goal as the Sockers because of a lot of those block shots, and even though you are lacking on the shots on goal part, you tied this game up. Got a miracle goal from Axel Chakute as well. Just a big game so far for the Ambush. The defense has been crucial, as it has been over these last 2 wins.
Plus, you get about 20 seconds of a power play coming out of the locker rooms into the third quarter. Ambush will start 5 on 4. Ambush trading card night presented by Tucanos. A lot of familiar faces. Tavoy Morgan, he's a familiar face in the back of the goal. Sweet little turn, but James Thomas and Will S.K. paid back the favor right after. A heck of a run from Chile. We've seen it many times, but can't take it for granted. Cannot take this for granted either. What a ball from Williamson. What a header from Chakute. One of the best plays of the year for the St. Louis Ambush. A goal with just 1.2 seconds left in the first quarter. Unfortunately, San Diego would draw an early penalty, kind of a controversial penalty on Christian Briggs. Get on the power play, and Drew Ruggles rang the cash register there. Easy backdoor pass for Ruggles to shove on home. The Ambush have narrowly missed that third goal. Dylan Hundell, what a shot that was. Hit upper junction of post and bar. Ambush go to the locker rooms with a 2-2 score in hand. Ambush, Sockers, 7.5 minutes until we start the second half. Joey Z and Matt Rocchio will come back for you then on MASL TV.
Indoor soccer fans, it's time to unleash a giant leap for fandom. Introducing MASL Indoor Soccer Fantasy Football. Build your dream team, invite your friends, and create your own draft league, all for free. Draft and trade players and win bragging rights as your team dominates the league. With MASLI Football, you're not just a fan, you're part of the action. Go to MASLI Football to sign up, get started, and play.
Daniel's experience with Kickaroos is he loves putting on the jersey every Saturday. He comes out, enjoys being part of the team, playing around with the ball, learning the game from his coaches, and skills that can last him a lifetime.
You know, this is what young kids sports should be like. It should be fun, it should be engaging, it should be positive. And my son Henry, when I tell him today is Thursday, he's like, is tomorrow soccer day? It's like, no, tomorrow's Friday, and then Saturday is soccer day. For a 4-year-old to have that sort of desire to keep doing an activity, it says a lot about the program. I feel like every coach that we've interacted with, they truly enjoy working with the kids. So at the end of the practice, I make it a mission of mine to say thank you and say, hey, how is my kid doing? And they're all like, oh, he's having so much fun, and we love having him. And so it's clear that everybody involved really enjoys kids.
I love soccer so much, and just being a part of the game, being able to coach kids, and like being able to influence them like at such a young age in this great sport, it's really something.
Take control. Make a healthy change. Maintain a healthy weight. Exercise regularly. Don't smoke or use smokeless tobacco. Eat a healthy diet. Limit alcohol. Protect yourself from the sun and avoid tanning beds. Protect against sexually transmitted infections. Get screening tests. For more 8 Ways tips, visit siteman.woostel.edu/take control.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
There's another one. What a shot.
Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on X. Subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more.
Good downtown West St. Louis. This is the inside of Axios Field at the Family Arena in St. Charles. Fans out tonight for a game of 2 very prestigious indoor soccer franchises. San Diego Sockers, St. Louis Ambush, both franchises well known for a long time. Sockers dating back to the 70s, Ambush dating back to the 90s. They came here from Oklahoma to downtown St. Louis, and now just outside of it, just under 2 to go before the start of the second half. Joey Zanaboni, Matt Rocchio, 2-2 affair. We've got 2 Kanos trading cards. Matt, you ready to do some more Ambush-related card tricks?
Oh, absolutely. Let's go.
We are going to dazzle your mind and show you things you've never seen before. Rocchio will be my guinea pig here. These are the official Tucanos Ambush trading cards. I will only let you, the viewers, see them. Rocchio has to blindfold himself temporarily, if you would, Rocchio. I'm showing, and now go ahead and pick one card. I will find it out of this deck.
I'm going to go over here.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go. How about this one right here?
Okay. Go ahead and look at your card. Memorize your card.
Oh.
Show the card to the people. You can tell who it is. I'm not looking. All right. Moment
Very
of truth.
crucial player
Ready?
in the second half of the season.
All right, hand it back. Abra Cadabra. Is that your card?
Completely wrong. Completely wrong card.
Is that your card?
Joey just completely screwed it up. Nice try, though. It was a good attempt, though.
That's the easiest card trick there is to do in the book.
Robert Williamson was my card, Joey, and I tell you what, huge.
So that was the
I'm
right
so
card.
happy we pulled him because I don't know if there's a bigger name, a more important name for these next 6 or 7 games for the Ambush than
And
Robert
beyond.
Williamson. all-star level defender. You bring him here, obviously a big name in that swap with Frank Tayu. You have 3 matchups coming up against Frank Tayu. Can you win those with a better defense going up against a Wave offense that is absolutely clicking with, as we said earlier, 2 of the best players in the entire league? The entire league's history. Let's change that.
Done a pretty good job of slowing down this pretty powerful Sockers offense, and Paulo will return for the second half after surrendering just 2 in the first. Rocchio knows how to flip these Tucanos cards up here. This guy is moving them. Show the people here, Rocchio. Look at that.
Got away from me that time.
And Shakunte exchange last moment ideas. Rocchio and I flip our Tucanos cards.
There you go. See, it's not that hard. Joey's a juggler, so he's being humble, being impressed by my little card flipping trick. Joey teaching the staff between the M2 and M1 games today. He was teaching the staff how to juggle.
They taught me more than I taught them.
With his hands and with his feet. He impressed the coaches.
What's the hardest thing to juggle in the world? Torches, guns, grenades?
I think chainsaws. Chainsaws would be number 1.
You're absolutely wrong. The hardest thing to juggle is
a schedule.
Emotions.
There you go. Okay, I like that.
Gutierrez shielded by Deduca. Paulo picks it up.
I think there's some people out there who are listening who would say a children's youth soccer team schedule would probably be one of the things that's hardest to juggle, multiple kids.
My various extracurricular activities.
There you go.
Just came over from a piano lesson.
Well, I mean, you're trying to get into Harvard.
We finally played hot cross buns. It only took 6 years, but we're on to hot cross buns. This is
1 a penny, 2 a penny.
Hot cross bun by Hundelt. No O'Keefe with Araujo close as well. It's whistled dead. San Diego wants it to go their way. And they'll get their way. The Sockers team that averages about 6 goals a game. A little under that pace, they'll set it up with Cardenas. Their owner-coach, Phil Salvaggio, watching from the bench. Our owner-coach, Jeff Locker, watching from just the other side of the glass partition. Costa short leash. Give over to the former sidekick Quintana. Costa can't control that. Frustrated with himself. It dips up to the fans.
Joey, I'm truly fascinated by which coaches stand on the bench and which coaches don't during games.
We stand the entire game, basically.
I sit a lot of the time, I'll be honest.
After the feed from Leo got out of play, Ambush give it away. Sockers trying to capitalize. Polo lose right. They want a hand.
Yep, they're going to get it. Polo's going to get hit with the blue.
Does come out. Polo whistled for a handball on a shot from the side box. He came out to close it down.
Still down.
Keto is in pain. There is a challenge flag on the field from the Ambush bench, and Paulo is pointing to the flag saying, look at it.
Here's my question. If you win the challenge that Ryan Keto was fouled, what happens to the blue card on Paulo? Does it disappear since it came chronologically after the play that is then being called?
We will see how this is all worked out.
Obviously,
the
they'll have to win the
Athletic Care
challenge.
training team comes out to check on Keto thanks to Athletic Care during Athletic Trainers Appreciation Month. Referees are still not at the VCR on the other side. They are checking on Keto and giving an explanation to Lucas Almeida, the top assist man on the team. And Paulo saying, let's get down to taking a look at this. So was there a foul on Keto? And then was there a handball on Paulo? Keto being helped up after just a couple of minutes on the ground. Former M2 guy who's found a nice home at the D1, M1 level now. 13:38 left in the third as Deja Wilkes helps get Keto off the field thanks to her and the entire Athletic Care training team. Fans thankful as well. March is a lot of things. It's Athletic Trainers Month. And salute to all the athletic trainers that we have out there in the arena and on MASL TV. Well, I guess we'll figure this out as the refs take the slow, seemingly never-ending walk toward the review. I think they're trying to get this straightened out as well. we've got one last home game Friday, March 28th, 7 o'clock against Milwaukee. Be one of the first 1,000 in the arena and receive a free eyeglass cleaning cloth courtesy of the great partner of the St. Louis Ambush, Under the Yellow Umbrella. Get your tickets at the arena box office or at Ticketmaster.com. It will be reviewed, it looks like, but it might not be reviewed on the screen. Salvaggio getting an explanation. And the challenge flag is in the hand of the referee. Jeff Locker on the field as well, trying to figure this out. They are going to the screen. And yes, indeed, they will view it. Paulo takes the walk over to the penalty box, but we're hoping this is a short vacay. And Quito went down. That looked like a foul there, but it was not whistled. And it might have been a handball as well on the wall when the Ambush were signaling as Quito went down. The ball popped up. It might have hit a soccer in the hand.
That's a really good call, Joey. I hadn't even seen that.
Might have just been in the side. And that was Cerda on the intercept as Quito went to the floor. And then you get the shot. Was he out of the box? That is the question, or one of them, this refereeing crew has to figure out. Costa stopped by Paulo on the feed from Cerda. And this is going to be a lengthy look. I'm sure we'll see this under review, the MASL's most controversial show every Friday on YouTube. Phil Levanko, Ryan Sigich, I guarantee you'll have a lot to say about this multifaceted sequence. Fans just want them to get going again and want them to get the call right, i.e. Ambush free kick out of the back, swap Paulo out, maybe throw Cerda into the box. Here's your call. And it'll be given to the coaches before
it's going to be lengthy.
They're calling SK and Childs to the middle of the field,
and
but
the
more importantly, they're calling Locker and Salvaggio together. And they will get into the world's closest FaceTime. I'm trying to read body language, see which way this is going. Locker is stoic. Salvaggio nods the head. Two-two game, 13:38. San Diego applauding. Looks like this is going to go their way. Donnie's upset, as is Jeff. And Locker kicks a ball as the final explanations are given to him and his new GM, Donnie Alberti, by Radcliffe and his crew. Danny Radcliffe and Josh Wilkins, the top two on the refereeing crew, and I think this is going to go for a penalty shot.
That looks to be the way with Childs
break-in
isolated
style.
Over there with SK, with
and
Pollo walking to the bars, the only one there. Yeah, it looks like it'll be a penalty
Pollo
shot.
Cortez, who was brilliant against the sidekicks in our last win with 13:38 left in the third, enters the game.
Corey Adamson with some direction from the bench.
Paulo in the box. Pollo in the goal.
This is tricky. Childs is a veteran who has been involved in this game for so long.
5 seconds to score it. Louis is going to be the dummy player next to Paulo, the goalie. Gets across into the box, and now Childs, the longtime vet, the captain, the best player in team history for the Sockers. He's got 5 seconds. Right foot. He will not need all 5.
Surgical from Childs.
Just
Hard
a
to beat
scalpel off to the right of Puello Cortez, and Childs, well, he's one of this San Diego Soccer's team's elder statesmen. They've got a few, and those are the kind of moments that he can thrive in at this point in his career. He's still good run of play, but give him that chance, usually he's going to flush. Suddenly it's 3-2 San Diego. Handball on Paulo does come back to bite the ambush, but Paulo returns to the game. Chicunte about to restart. Do the ambush have enough gasoline? Must-win game for a team that's 2 points out of the playoff picture. Has a tough Milwaukee team right here on the 9th. Has 3 total games against Milwaukee. Trying to make a push to Oceanside and Front Wave Arena for the playoffs. Check out the full regular season schedule, stlambush.com, and more information hopefully to come as well on the playoffs. Yuri faked him out. Shot partially blocked by Quintana. Squeaked through the middle. Chicunte jumps in front of Bond to prevent him from clearing it. Quintana has to work hard to fire poker to Cerda. Williamson on the take. Almeida air melee. And unfortunately, it does take off the padding on the inside of the glass. Out of play. Quintana targeting Morgan. Almeida got a cuticle. Paulo gets more than that. Cardenas heads it down to Gontan. Good blockage by Deduca. Steal by Almeida to Hundelt. Dillon, little croquet against Gontan. Deduca slid it behind Hundelt. Let it through to O'Keefe. Luis Perez came out of the box with Paulo.
Ooh, long ball here. Yuri on the run.
Good header.
Oh, Deduca's crashing harder.
Deduca was waiting for it back closer to the wing, though.
Perfect pass and fill. Oh, another
Gutierrez look good, looking for the self-wall of Escura. Mendez lashes it, bouncing to Paulo. We've got Jim Leaker, President St. Louis Sports Hall of Fame in the house tonight. Shout out Jim. Araujo goes down. He is in the crowd with the legendary Jay Delsing. What a great supporter of St. Louis sports that St. Louis University High School alum is. Delsing, huge part of the Ascension Charity Golf Classic, renamed for Stiefel in the upcoming year up at Norwood Country Club, north of St. Louis. Great event. Michaud giving Araujo. Thought Hundelt. Easy steal for Bond. Ruggles now fouled after the mistouch by Gutierrez. Araujo sent him down. 10:49 left in the third. 3-2 Sockers. Morgan slides it, shifting to Leo, leaving for Mendez. Morgan up top, Ruggles from the Crow's Nest. We've got that Tucanos QR code in the right-hand corner of your screen. Make sure you do scan it and turn yourself into a fun character. Tag us on social media at ST Louis Ambush. Morgan going to tag that into the back of the goal. Beautiful soccer from the Sockers. And Morgan, the beneficiary, he's got himself a brace.
Just perfect passing there from the Sockers. Work it down the left side. Draw the extra man because you just barely slipped it past our usual from Ruggles. They draw the extra man as they're sprinting down the side. Watch it here. Sprinting down, draws the extra man. And because of that, Will Eske's trying to couple Tavoy. I mean, that right there, just because O'Keefe is barely one step late, the Ambush have to shift a man down, and that completely opens up Tavoy. I think that's arguably the second goal that the Ambush make a huge defensive mistake on, because you're making the job harder for your goalkeeper by taking away a longer shot to give them an easier one. You need to cut down on those mistakes, force them to take the more difficult shot. You have one of the best keepers in the game.
Cardenas in the back after Morgan from Cerda extends the lead to 4-2. First 2-goal lead of the game for the Sockers. First 2-goal lead of the game, in fact, for either team. Ambush fell behind 1-0, then got back to a 2-1 lead on the miracle goal from Williamson to Chikunte. Since then, it's been all Sockers. Quelled the rally in the second. Have emerged from a 2-2 tie for a 4-2 lead in the third.
Big issue for the Ambush, Joey, is they have not put a shot on goal here in the second half.
Sockers taking some of the oxygen out of Family Arena. Costa leaving for Charlie Gutierrez. Chikunte cleans it up, but sends it right to the fans. Ambush fans, final home game, March 28th, 7 o'clock against Milwaukee Wave. Be one of the first 1,000 in the arena. Get a free eyeglass cleaning cloth courtesy of Under the Yellow Umbrella. We'll have our Under the Yellow Umbrella all-star of the game right after this one goes final. Get tickets for Friday, March 28th. Ticketmaster.com. Quintan wants it back. Gutierrez gives Paulo. Bobsleds out. Ball nests up in the glass tree. Let's see if this guy can get it out of the glass for us. There's a dad down there in a backward hat saying, I'll stand on the back of a chair. Knocks it down, takes it out. Cool as a cucumber. Kids, I think they get to keep the ball. Dad's saying, I got to give it back to the referees at some point. Put it in the trunk of your car, sir. Sneak it out of here. Give yourself a Miter souvenir. Paulo parried that off of Morgan. He's able to leap back, grab the ball before it could heat up again. Paulo out of the microwave. After the long rip, Costa, Ambush, getting it going on the other end. Duduka back to Hundelt. 8:13 left in the change jar, third quarter. Hundelt. Good find to Thomas. Across the top of the bow, Yuri. Touchback, Perez. Thomas tried to win it in deep. He can't believe he's being whistled for a foul.
Definitely made some contact without touching the ball, so I mean, it's a correct call by the book. I think he's just a little bit surprised that it was such a light touch that he would make a call at all.
Thanks to Tucanos tonight. Every fan who got the trading cards gets one free dessert with the purchase of a Tucanos adult churrasco. Make your Tucanos reservations today, 636-724-4499. 7:51 left in the third. Ambush down 4-2 on MASL TV.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Fans, it's never too early to start talking playoffs. Join 8 of our teams in sunny San Diego as they square off in the MASL Ron Newman Cup playoffs April 5th through the 7th. Ticket deposits are now being accepted. For more information, visit frontwavearena.com.
The greatest soccer city in America. So much history has passed through St. Louis soccer-wise. Jeff Locker, whose son Carson is part of the St. Louis City program, and of course Jeff also with Grant Locker, great high school player, turned college player in the St. Louis area, and he shares some in common with Phil Salvaggio, both owners / head coaches. Jeff in his 4th year with the Ambush. Morgan shoots it off of Williamson's foot. Long laser headed by Cardenas. Yuri off the bench to try to win. Gontan instead. Ambush wanted a foul. Gontan stepping over it. Araujo bumps Morgan to win it. With authority, hits it hard up the floor. Chased down to the back by the Sockers.
I know defense is going to be the focus of this game and of the Ambush going forward, but offense has to find some kind of rhythm.
Shots on goal margin has swelled to 16 San Diego, 5 St. Louis.
I mean, and that was, I believe it was at 4 or 5 at halftime, Joey. So just a pedestrian effort right now to get the ball on the goal for the Ambush offense.
Childs, who scored on a break-in penalty shot, chases this down. Craig. Cardenas blocked by Michaud. And that thing finds its way into the canopy. 6:44 left in the third. Sockers 4, Ambush 2. Paulo's played all but that untimed couple of seconds where Childs scored on the penalty kick against Pollo after a Paulo handball. Oh, it's close to a corner kick. Chicunte Michaud on a staggered wall. Piece through, Leo hits it off Williamson. Blockading things in front of Paulo. SK dismisses it. And Childs softly done to Leo. Leo. Ruggles. Pops it to SK, top of the bow and arrow. Drew, who's done well tonight. As it's stolen by SK. Hundelt whirls it to Chicunte, who sends it upfield to nowhere land. Mendez cranks it off the board. Childs, big bounces for these balls, and that's a big bounce to Mendez.
What a play.
Sends it into the top shelf.
Man, volleys like that are not easy to put that kind of force on, but man, he tacked that one up through 2 Ambush defenders and roofed it right past Paulo. A 3-goal lead with this team feels almost insurmountable with the way that they have closed down the Ambush offense over the last 10-plus minutes. How about that volley finish? Wow.
They've got Uncle Mo on their side. Unfortunately, we don't have Big Mo. Mo NDI, one of the most effective defenders in the MASL over the last couple of weeks. Feels like he would be big in a game like this. Paulo fouled on the way out. Ambush won a blue card. Nothing doing. It was Bond. The man with 3 names who sent him down to the floor. James Walter Bond, Agent Bond, Bail Bond. Just a foul on him. Big time for Bonds right now. Amazon just bought James Bond franchise.
And then they memorialized it at the Oscars a week later.
Who's your favorite James Bond?
George Lazenby.
I was going to say Tom Cruise.
He never played Bond.
Yuri goes down. But he played a Bond-like character, right?
He's my favorite sea captain.
He's my favorite studio executive. Ambush. Get a restart. Almeida. Dondell, Duduka held up
Do you know
just
any
inside
other
the goal
studio
line.
executives?
John Elam, our producer, is kind of a studio executive,
that's
right?
true, yeah,
He's in the
that's fair,
studio.
that's fair.
He's the executive of the studio. Paulo. Michon to Perez. Araujo brings it down. Araujo stopped by Snare Williams. Michon had a clean look, banged it wide.
Proof of how hard volleys really can be. It really makes it impressive that Mendez was able just to hammer that one a few minutes ago.
It's not as easy as that Tom Cruise volleyball scene makes it look, right?
Tom Cruise volleyball scene makes a lot of things look a lot of way. Put it that way.
What do you like better, Top Gun 2, or Top Gun 3?
There's a third one?
Paulo to Michon. To flex off him at the wrong angle.
Isn't the one that just
They're
came out
coming
number 2?
They're coming out with a third. That's
Well,
the
I
word.
can't vote on number 3 already, but I'm going to go with none of the above.
This time, apparently, Miles Teller learns to play the drums. Ambush gonna set up here. I might be getting movies confused.
I was going to say, what are the is there any chance there might be another movie star in this movie you're about to drop on me? I think I could guess the casting.
Almeida trying to do some casting with the ambush down by 3. Can he set somebody up? Briggs turns it to Thomas. It curdles back to Briggs and all the way back through Paulo. Ambush looked good in the first quarter. Things have fallen off since. Can we right the ship? We'll give and go from SK, and Duduka goes nowhere, and it's a foul on the way out. Gontan hits the turf. Lacerda off the restart. Snare Williams, the surprise goalie, listed as the backup on the starting card, and he's played every minute tonight with Boris Pardo, the longtime vet, the longtime legend, not making a peep. Snare Williams looking for his second win in this arena this year. This is the last meeting before the potential playoffs. This is going to be a whistle on Williamson, foul against the ambush. Remember, there's no conferences anymore in the MASL. Just the top 8 teams make the playoffs. Ambush 2 points out. And good chance that that 8th team runs into San Diego. They were second place at the outset of the day. And have a chance to maybe solidify that against KC on Sunday. Scooted down to Morgan. Briggs goes down. Chacunte pocket picked. Cardenas restarts it. Gontan stifled by SK. Chacunte pops it up. Williamson brings it down. Leo in those blue boots. Poke checking against him. Williamson does a nice job to keep it. Paulo less than 2.5 until the 4th. Bond heads it to Hundelt, gets it back. Araujo looking for a call, he gets it. Raymond sent him to the floor. And Raymond on the foul. Araujo, as we said, he's a good salesman. Sometimes he can get you a call like that. Ambush 2 o'clock Sunday against Milwaukee. This Sockers team, which quickly douses the free kick. It's a 4 Central Time start on Sunday at Cable Dahmer Arena. Make sure you're with Eric Bergrud and Nick Vezos as they bring you the action between 2 of the top 3 teams in the MASL. I'm not sure either one's going to catch Chihuahua, but Sunday's a must-win if you want to do it. Eric Bergrud writing in saying the league is going to drop this week's 10 for 10 this weekend, and that has come out. Eric sat down with Cheeky Luna, the assistant coach and GM for the San Diego Sockers. Make sure you check out Eric Bergrund and the MASL's 10 for 10. Cheeky's a good guy. We've caught up with him a time or two. Does a good job with Phil on the San Diego bench. Serda has it poked away. Hundel Michon. Make sure it gets back to Paulo. 69 seconds left in the third. Ambush trailed by a treble. Bond puts the pressure on. Louis Perez faked out Ruggles. Periscopes Araujo! Yuri was in deep. Ambush probably should have had a goal there. Just off his foot or ankle the wrong way.
Ruggles did a good job of recovering, but you're right, Joey. More of a missed chance from the Ambush than a Herculean effort by the Sockers right there.
Araujo. Perez gets it back! Oh! Hit the woodwork. The ball goes up into the rafters, hits one of the beams up close to the rafter level. The horn went off, but the ball did not go in, I thought.
Well,
referees are going to look at it. Did it somehow get across? They're putting it at the gold line because it hit the rafter. Referees were kind of talking in the penalty box area for a moment. This is no goal.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Snare Williams happy to escape. 2 at the top of the bow and arrow for San Diego. Almeida restart with just under 10 seconds. Number 10. Hulk. Left foot. Snare Williams a stop. James Thomas a flush. Twice in the last 10 seconds of quarters. James Thomas, the Englishman who had the hat trick against Utica. He's able to capitalize here, and the Ambush steals some momentum heading to the fourth.
James Thomas extends his point streak and his scoring streak to a 4th game, whereas Duduka on the assist off the original shot extends his point streak to a 7th game. What a beautiful play there by the Ambush. James Thomas, the confidence, the finishing, the touch in the box has come alive again the last month.
Well, the final seconds, 3-2. They get a little interesting as Craig Giles was calling for a handball against Williamson. But the Ambush are the last team to score in the third. Back within 5-3. Fantastic finish on the way at Family Arena. This is the Major Arena Soccer League on MASL TV.
Time nominated Grammy Award winner Dwight Yoakam. The Cosmic Roundup and Rodeo Tour. April 24th, 7 p.m., the Family Arena. With special guest, the Mavericks. On sale at the Carroll House Furniture box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. Dwight Yoakam Live.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on X. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and on CBS Sports Golazo. Alex Bostavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Disagree with a call tonight? You might just see it on the MASL's most controversial show, Under Review, with Phil Levanko and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube.
Great shots to St. Louis. Beautiful city, especially at night. We are less than a minute away from the fourth quarter. Ambush back within 5-3 against the San Diego Sockers. Fun night tonight at Family Arena. It's going to be a fun morning at the inaugural Gateway Foot Golf Classic, April 24th at Wing Haven Country Club. They will kick off at 11 a.m. in O'Fallon, Missouri. Jay Delsing here tonight delivering the match ball. He is behind that event. He's got great St. Louisans like Bill McDermott and Ozzie Smith with him. Make sure you check out the inaugural Gateway Foot Golf Classic. They got the flashlights out, Matt.
Look at the juggling display put on center field by Tavoy Morgan.
It's all right.
Oh, Joey, come
He's
on
fine.
now. Come on, Joey, don't be a hater.
Everybody seems so famous. Tummy's turning and I'm feeling kind of homesick.
Your handle of rhythm is really the most impressive part every time you sing this song.
And the Joey Z song was on.
There you go, yeah,
and the Joey Z song was on.
three
so
beats
put
in,
my
you're already off.
hands
Just
up to
unbelievable.
playing my song, the butterfly fly away. Not in my head like yeah. Moving my hips like
There we go. Let's
yeah.
get back on beat.
Put my hands up to playing my song, the butterflies fly away.
Nope, not the right words.
That's the first mistake I've ever made here, Rockio. That's the first time I've ever done that.
Yeah, if we ignore, key and tone and
Those
rhythm.
words are just words, Matt.
First time you've heard them, yes?
Those are the first time I've heard most of those. But what can I say? I've been taking piano lessons for 6 years. We just got to hot cross buns.
Yeah, when you said that, you made it seem like it was a teacher issue.
Oh, Morgan.
I'm starting to think
Stop by Paulo, still
not
in
a
there.
teacher problem. That sounds like a Joey problem.
My teacher's the same guy as my eye doctor.
You talked about him after some goals. I don't think he's a good doctor.
Dr. Dusseldorf, 97 years young. Great guy.
I don't trust Germans that old.
Decent doctor. Ooh, Cardenas! Paulo and Hundelt closed it down.
Tell me you know a German whose name is Dusseldorf who's almost 100, and you trust him.
Ooh, it's off the head of a soccer. Last,
Okay.
luckily. Almeida to Duduka. Almeida had Duduka on the interior.
Perfect defense by De Oliveira. Just right to where he needed to be.
And well, they have found a way to
shut it down.
Yeah, mostly shut us down in the second half. Now we score right at the end of the second half. Thomas pokes one in after Duduka hammered it off of a restart from Almeida. But boy, the San Diego team, they've got some good defenders, and they've got a lot of talent really on both sides of the ball. Their newest one, Quintana from Garland, Texas, 35 years old, former sidekick. He's the one who gathers the ball after Serta does some tripping. Uri spilled to the green mattress. Ambush will be set up well.
You know what's crazy, Joey, is actually when it comes to shots on goal, the third quarter was their most prolific tonight. They only had 4 at halftime. So the fact that they came into the fourth with 8, 3 was a pretty good number actually.
Duduka and Almeida closest to the ball. Will it be the Duduka bazooka? Instead, he gives it to SK. Just misses north of the crossbar. Almeida diagonals it behind Quintana.
Every pass, every
Thomas's
shot.
head.
Been a little bit off, Joey. And if you're going to beat the second best team in the league, even at home, you got to play closer to 100%, if not better than that. And the Ambush simply haven't tonight. So it hasn't been a bad game.
Airdropping for Childs.
You know what I mean, Joey? It hasn't been a bad game, but it's just.
No, it hasn't.
I would say the Ambush have been playing this game at about 92%. But 92% against San Diego is going to be a loss almost every time.
If you've been following the Ambush, it's been a very memorable start to 2025. Frank Tayu leaving the team, suspended, came back, ended up gone anyway to Milwaukee as of a couple of weeks ago.
And was still one of the league leaders despite missing that chunk with the suspension too. Unbelievable.
Certainly was getting the stats. Was the offense as prolific as it could have been? It seemed like no, because the offense had kind of stagnated.
Well, they were putting up, but before the trade of Frank Tayu, the Ambush were scoring less points per game this season than they were last year, which maybe points to an over-focus on the offense.
Well, as Frank said on social media after he scored 4 goals in his first game for Milwaukee, no one can stop me when I'm, and I'm quoting here, enraged and determined.
Yeah, quite the phraseology to see before you face off against him 3 times in the last month.
We'll see what kind of fire he brings on Sunday, or at least you will. You'll be here with Mark Moser. I'll be out in sunny Los Angeles. Paulo. SK leaves for O'Keefe. Colin. Held up by Charlie Gonzalez. Michaud pushing over to Hundell. Less than 11. Ambush within striking distance. That third quarter does take a different flavor after that late goal. 3-1 though, the ratio. San Diego took a 5-2 lead that's been trimmed. O'Keefe trying to give it another haircut. He was doing push-ups after he scored against the Dallas Sidekicks. Got kind of a military-style haircut, right? He dropped and gave us 20, or maybe 26. Off the board, looking for Louis. Big bounce back. Back spins off the wall to O'Keefe. In a blender here against the cardboard. Dug out by the ever-energetic Mendez. Mendez making a run. Cardenas loops it to him. Mendez, nobody with him. Drop back to Louis Perez as San Diego got a guy off the bench. Cerda came in support. Too late. Chikute comes in off the Ambush bench. Paulo finds him. Axel. Ruggles heads into the crowd over the Lindenwood side. Thanks to Lindenwood. Thanks to Majestic Dental for being on our boards at the Family Arena. Know that Lindenwood is the alma mater of John Elam, our producer, and one of your great friends as well, right? Randy Carricker is from Lindenwood.
Randy Carricker, Bob Ramsey, Earl Austin Jr., Greg Amsinger, lead host on MLB Network, and one of the best talkers about baseball on the entire planet.
There's nobody in goal behind Williamson as he texts this to James Thomas. Dan McLaughlin, former voice of the Cardinals, from Lindenwood as well.
Yeah, just so many great broadcasters. We, on the other hand, we left good old St. Louis, didn't we?
Coast guides it forward.
We
the Pensacola School of Barbers was
Joey went to
hard
Rockhurst.
place to learn broadcasting, but did what I could.
Joey went to Rockhurst. I went to Mizzou. We're not
Rock
very, we're really not that different or special.
Morgan DeLeo.
Pretty stereotypical. Ooh, that's going to be a cut down. SK is going to get rung up, I think.
SK commits the foul. No sign of a blue card yet, and hopefully it stays that way. They will set it up inside the half moon. Well, Chile just sticking the leg in, and
pretty easy call.
San Diego wants that blue card. They've thrown the red hanky on the field. Challenge flag is out. They will go to the VCR for the second time in the game. Fans, do you have a group of 10 or more who you want to attend an Ambush game with at a discounted rate? We're here to help. Send an email to info@stlambush.com to request more information, and no better time to get out here than Sunday, 2 o'clock against Milwaukee Wave. Stay for the Ambush 2 game against the Wisconsin Conquerors right after. Plus, it's the Window World St. Louis mascot game featuring Fredbird Louis, Bushwhacker, all playing at halftime. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Well, what do you think? Foul, penalty, both?
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of surprised there wasn't a clearer call on the floor because it just seems so obvious.
And they'll say call stands.
I mean,
just a foul.
He doesn't get any of the ball. It's not a malicious tackle by any way, shape, or form. He is trying to get the ball, but he misses the ball completely. Cuts down an attacker just outside the box. So I wouldn't say a penalty, but definitely give them the direct free kick.
Childs, the one to strike it. We stay 5-on-5. 8:35 left on the time candle. Goal for the Sockers here would go a long way. They are more than capable of suffocating an opponent once they get to that average of 6 goals.
Tell you what, Joey, soccer has so many unique rules.
Childs!
Ooh. Surgical. 2 set-piece goals for Childs where he didn't have to take more than 2 or 3 steps to completely put the Sockers out of reach for the ambush. I mean, just
hits it around SK and
bends it around SK. Paolo trying to stay low. And Childs, I mean, to put that much speed on the ball with that sharp of a bend in that small of an area, that is just some purely elite set piece stuff. And that's a guy who, again, 40 years old, that's 30-plus years of dialing in the ability to just absolutely just snap one off the dot. Like
Craig with a K.
That's insane.
Childs with a C.
I mean, he completely froze.
The C for San Diego, 2 goals plus an assist.
He completely froze one of the best keepers in the entire league because he just absolutely blitzed
sends
that
it to
one.
Araujo.
My Lord.
Bashed it home. Childs, who also scored on the penalty kick. This is where he is, north of 40. Not exactly just a set-piece specialist, but if things are going right for San Diego, then they're slowing the game down. They're finding a way to get him on and off the field at the opportune offensive moments, and they're getting him the chance to take penalty shots, break-in penalty shots, close-range set pieces. When that's the opportunity, Craig Childs is the man. Still time for the ambush. Paulo's going to function as a 6th attacker as we get close to the halfway point, 4th quarter. James Thomas, Araujo fails a bar exam.
Yeah, and Riley Uri's not happy.
Fall to him, and maybe had another option.
Yeah,
Araujo gave it a good rip.
Uri's pretty ticked that Araujo didn't just drop it off to him. He would have been wide open on the back post, but Araujo tried to take the harder way in.
Here's Almeida. Quads it to himself, whips it off of Cardenas. Uri bumps it into the box where Snare Williams is able to gobble it up. Mendez can't reach that. Mendez fired up.
Something to watch for on the ambush bench. 7 minutes left and a 3-goal deficit. Usually the wearer of the extra jersey is Chili Willie Eske, so keep an eye on the bench, see if you see a pink jersey get brought out as we will go to the timeout here.
It's the immediate timeout in the 4th, our final of regulation. San Diego Sockers with 6, St. Louis Ambush with 3. 7 minutes to play on MASL TV.
Time nominated Grammy Award winner Dwight Yoakam. The Cosmic Roundup and Rodeo Tour. April 24th, 7 p.m., the Family Arena. With special guest, the Mavericks. On sale at the Carroll House Furniture box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. Dwight Yoakam Live.
7:06. Ambush still with time to erase a 3-goal deficit, but San Diego, they have won the second half so far by a margin of 4-1. Jeff Locker hoping his team can find a way to hang around in the playoff picture. Let's get a look as well at the Tacoma Stars and how everything is going to be shaking out for them as we try to run them down in the final piece of the season. This will go through the end of the month. Playoffs start in the opening stanza of April. Sockers try their luck as that goes just wide. Stars have kind of an easy go of it. They are not active this weekend. They are active on Monday, and they are going to take on the Sidekicks in Dallas, the Dallas area, before taking on the Outlaws, also in Texas on Wednesday. Tacoma against Dallas, seemingly to get a little more room against them as well in the playoff chase. After that, on the 21st, Stars will have their hands full against the KC Comets, hosting them in Tacoma. That's the look ahead for Tacoma Stars, the last team as of today in the MASL playoffs. Check out the entire standings, the entire schedule, MASLsoccer.com. Ambush with Paulo in net, back half of the field, and he'll pull up as O'Keefe wins it back for St. Louis.
Yeah, Joey, and I do want to throw something out here on the broadcast. It doesn't look like Ryan Keto, has returned to the bench from earlier. So it looks like that injury to Ryan Keto might have been a little serious. So thoughts with Ryan Keto right now, as hope it's nothing worse for the wear for the young man.
Been a valuable contributor second half of the season, Ryan Keto. Hopefully able to get back to it soon. Certainly Sunday, 2 o'clock against Milwaukee. Costa has it stolen. Yuri fakes one out of his boots. He gets tripped. Blue card's obvious. Good run from Yuri. And after the Cerda foul and penalty, Ambush on a 2-minute power play.
Could be big here. Could be big here for the Ambush. They get a 4th goal here, bring it back to a 2-point game.
And
they haven't been able to.
For a penalty shot as well. I don't think that's going to come.
And we're going to need to get a reset here on the clock as well.
Cerda will rehydrate on Exile Island as this gets set up by the referees. 4:59 left in the 4th. 3-goal game. Score quick here and everything changes. Paulo will drop back toward the center circle, still on the offensive side. Almeida on the ball. Taduka to his right, SK to his left. Hundelt down low to the goalkeeper's left, and Thomas off to his right. Here we go. Power play. Ball slipped to Thomas. Chile. Back to Almeida. Taduka to Thomas. Ruggles wanted an offensive foul. Now Almeida way up over the frame. Ambush burn about 20 seconds. Chance to distribute for Xavier Snare-Williams. Long ball headed by Hundelt. Talking about Rock U, I went to Rock U with his brother, Zach Hundelt.
Yes, you did.
Rockhurst U alum. Dylan Hundelt, Zach Hundelt, sons of Kevin Hundelt, legendary St. Louis Ambush player who won an NPSL Defender of the Year award in '99. It was part of the '95 championship team. We are celebrating the 30th anniversary of that championship. Paulo lifts this way over the goal. Dylan attended the University of Mississippi after playing locally at CBC High School. Oh, that's your alma mater. So we have alma maters in common left and right. He's about maybe a year or two younger than us. And you might have just missed him.
Yeah, I really should have known his name. I really should have been able to put that one together off the top of my head. You may learn I do
Better
not know
late than
much
never.
I do not know much about my high school alma mater. I was not exactly locked in those years.
Rockio daydreamed his way through CBC.
Yes, accurate. Very accurate. But, I mean, if you played and by the way, shout-outs to a legend in local soccer. Terry Mickler has officially retired as the head coach of CBC Soccer. 5 decades that man ran that program. 5 decades involved in soccer.
And battled through some health struggles.
Battled
in
through
the
some health
last few
struggles
years.
last year, obviously, with some issues there. So they had a new head coach who obviously has quite the shoes to fill.
Almeida can't get it through. 10 seconds left on the kill
I'm
for the
sure-
San Diego Soccer's defense.
I'm sure Dylan Hundell would have some stories about Mr. Terry Mickler and how great of a coach he was and how he set him up for success he has here. Talk about it. Some of the biggest. His dad being a former player, goes to high school and plays for one of the most legendary coaches. By my recollection, being the years he was there, he either won 2 or 3 state finals while at CBC, maybe just 1. So, talk about a long, long history of some very impressive soccer idols in the life of Dylan Hundell.
About 7 seconds left. Timeout called on the field. We are happy to be with you at the Family Arena in St. Charles. Just 7 seconds before Cerda comes out of the Rebel Bourbon penalty box. Just 3:06 left in the fourth.
Going to be tough here. Ambush, 3:06 left, 3 goals to put in the back. Honestly, this close, 3 goals is really all you need. Taking a point away from this San Diego game would be absolutely monumental. It would actually be kind of heartbreaking for the Sockers, too, because the full 3 points for the Sockers, very crucial if they want to keep fighting for that first spot. And we were talking to Phil Salvaggio for the game, and he cares about that seeding. He wants that number 1 seed. He already kind of gets to play in their backyard already, but that number 1 seed really clears the path for San Diego into the playoffs. So for them, getting all 3 points here, just as important as it would be for the Ambush to find a way to get that 1 if they could force overtime here.
And San Diego out of their own timeout. Streaming back onto the field. They'll have the ball in the back. And Phil Salvaggio praised the Ambush team coming into play tonight, saying it's a different squad. They've been hot. Unfortunately, his team has a penchant for ending winning streaks. Ended a win streak at 5 for Tacoma a couple of games ago. Then ended a 6-game win streak for their neighborly rivals, the Empire Strikers, midweek on Wednesday. Kind of a thriller of a ball game as San Diego survived at home. Shout out Craig Elston, love the call. Longtime voice of the San Diego Sockers. Had the call on MASL TV, and we are happy to be with you as well. That is out of bounds. Araujo says keep it on this end. Cerda's out of the box. And Cerda's coming off the field as Bond checks back in. Ambush do get the free kick. Under 3, extra attacker is Hundell. Haven't seen this often with Dylan. He's taking on more of an offensive role tonight. Chile Willie SK has scored. He got our first. Axel Chikute and JT Thomas have joined. Thomas wants another. A little north of the bar. Off the top of the board. Chile. Araujo. Costa wanted a call against him as they both tried to secure it. Thomas tries to battle through. Leo. Araujo says you shall not pass. 2:05. Cardenas. Goal still empty for St. Louis, headed by SK.
And how about
I think that hit Morgan on the bench, and yeah, it did. That's interference
Okay.
on a bench player.
I feel like we should have been told that they ordered a new pink jersey and that Dylan Hundelt's going to run it for a little bit.
We
Will
saw the
Eske.
M2 team in those jerseys, those
Yeah.
pink jerseys.
Is this the first time we've seen a sixth attacker jersey and it hasn't been Will Eske?
SK.
It's got to be.
Thomas trying to link up there. I mean, it's almost always Chile. But with him out there already, maybe you just say, let's give somebody else plus SK. Does it matter if you're wearing the pink jersey if you're already out there? Sort of, because you can use your hands.
Yep,
and maybe
it
it's
does matter, yeah.
easier for Hundelt to get back. You can use your
Over
hands in the
defender.
box, as
Yeah.
Snare Williams does on the other side. Well, a 3-goal deficit with about 75 seconds left. The mountain is tall for St. Louis, and the mood is composed for San Diego. Quintana nudges it off of Thomas. Thomas wanted this to go the Ambush's way. Thank you to Jeff Locker, Shelley Clark, ownership group of the Ambush. Thanks to John Elam, his entire crew out here at Family Arena.
Whoa. The
Thanks
GM
to the
of
entire
team. Gonna give him a thank
staff,
you.
including GM Donnie Alberto.
There you go.
How about that?
The incredible athletic trainers with their month.
Thank you to the Athletic Care training team. Make sure you read more about the St. Louis Ambush. New initiatives, USL program, and more coming at stlambush.com. Ruggles thwarted by Hundelt. It's going to be a very exciting offseason indoor-wise. Hopefully there's a playoff picture, though, that the Ambush get into. Hundelt out of the back. That's brilliant. And interrupted rudely by Quintana, who swordfishes through and gets it out.
That was a risky tackle, and Quintana, not a small man, 6'2", 210 pounds, full frame,
You
came
can
crashing
see
through him.
Why they wanted him from Terry
Lord.
Woodbury's sidekick side. And he'll be valuable for him down the stretch. There's no doubt about that. They want the top seed, or at least a top 2 seed. Almeida, not on the same page. Michaud and SK split by the pass. Gontan. SK able to elide him. Chile with under 20.
His shot's just been high all game.
Gontan.
After that first beautiful one in the opener.
Charlie Gutierrez rolls it to the Ambush side. Call the St. Louis Ambush, 636-284-8410. Visit us at stlambush.com. 4.1 seconds to go. Ambush have scored twice within the final 10 seconds of quarters tonight. Not going to be enough for the result. Hundelt, he is down.
He took a big shot there.
Injured right now.
Looked
And
like,
hope he's all right for the stretch of this season. Hope he's all right for the last 4 seconds of this game.
Oof. Big shot. Came in late there. I think it might have been Kiko Gontuan.
He is up. Hundelt
Gontuan
able
just-
to get back to the bench. They'll set it out.
Oh, lower the shoulder.
Top of the bow as he went in with Gontan. Charlie Gutierrez. Will they try one more? It's Morgan. Wants another. Gets it blocked. And Ruggles will run out the clock. That's it. After 60 minutes, San Diego Sockers 6, St. Louis Ambush 3. Sockers, for the second time this season, win at the Family Arena. This is their first win in regulation here. Tavoy Morgan got them started. They had an early lead at 1-0. Ambush scored twice in a row. SK and Chikunte built us a 2-1 lead going to the second, but after that, Sockers started to put their stamp on the game. Phil Salvaggio, head coach, shaking hands with the Ambush. JT Thomas shaking hands with Boris Pardo, who in a surprise did not start tonight. It was 2-2 at half. San Diego scored 3 times in the third, and that pretty much did it. We are about to name our Under the Yellow Umbrella All-Star of the game, and Angela Sharp's going to be joined by a special guest as well in just a couple of moments. I'm Joey Zanaboni. He's Matt Rocchio. Matt, your biggest takeaway from this game?
The Ambush offense just simply couldn't get enough going. 11 shots on goal against 24 for the Sockers. The defense, though, despite the shots on goals, 6 goals allowed to this team is a very respectable numbers. It's just barely above their season average. It's below your season average in goals allowed. A good defensive game from the Ambush. That's what we need to see from them. But the fact of the matter, the offense dried up today, and that's about the worst case scenario from this game. Getting beat up bad would have been rough, but that was a bad performance for the offense in a game they needed it.
Angela's got Jeff Michaud on the field. Let's go down to Angela and Jeff.
All right, you guys, it's post-game interview time. Now, nobody likes talking to me after this is not the outcome you guys wanted. An evenly matched team. You guys were pretty even, really strong, actually, in the first half. What do we think happened during the second half, especially that third? The third wasn't great for the Ambush.
We just came out a little bit slow. We didn't have the same energy, but it was a tough game. We really thought that we were in it the entire game. You know, we had a great battle with them last time they were here. So it's a little bit tough, but, you know, some good stuff to build on. You know, we have another game on Sunday, so we got to shift our focus to getting the 3 points on Sunday.
How hard is it to shift your focus? I know just looking at you guys walking around here, shaking hands with players, are fans. You guys are always doing that because you love your fans, but you can see you guys are down. How easy is it to just shift focus to Sunday's game?
I mean, thankfully we have a day off, so we can kind of let things settle a little bit. But, you know, it's what we have to do. You know, we're used to it at this point. The schedule, especially this month, is very demanding. A lot of games in a short period of time. So we just got to lock in. I know it's tough and it hurts, but the past is the past, and we got to take care of business on Sunday.
I'm right up close to him, so I can see all the sweat just dripping off. That fourth, you guys were running hard, shot after shot after shot. None of them went in quite the way you wanted to, but shot after shot. How do you keep that endurance and that speed going during that fourth, even when you're down by 3?
Well, the fans certainly help. Thank you to all you guys for coming out. But, you know, it's mind over matter. We put in a lot of work throughout the week at training. But again, the fans definitely give us that extra boost and push us through when things get tough.
All right, you guys hear that? He said, you guys, the fans, help him. So let's hear it for our Ambush player here for our post-game interview.
Thank you to Angela and Jeff Michaud on the field. We'll come back with final stats and wrap it up from the Family Arena right after this. You're watching Major Arena Soccer on MASL TV.
Restore Chesterfield is the official wellness and recovery center for your St. Louis Ambush. We offer cryotherapy, IV drips, hyperbaric oxygen, and so much more. Bring your ticket stub and receive 1 free core service. See you soon, and go Ambush!
Ambush players on Tucano's trading card night, sticking around, signing autographs, and having fun with the fans. It's JT Thomas, it's Jeff Michaud, Dylan Hundell. Good to see him all right after an injury, minor injury late in the game. Final look at the numbers tonight. Ambush falls 6-3. Wasn't for lack of effort, blocked 10 shots, and still were able to generate a little something at least early in the game offensively, but Not enough tonight against the Sockers.
You only generated 8 potential scoring chances. 11 shots on goal, 3 of those were blocked. You only generated 8 potential scoring chances. Unless you are the greatest finishing team in the history of soccer, you were not going to win this game. And when you build a profile for a game that doesn't allow you mathematically to have a chance, it's a pretty bad game.
Ambush fall to 6-11-1 on the season. Stay stuck at 18 points. San Diego improves to 16-3. They are now at 45 points. Ambush, get a visit from the Milwaukee Wave this Sunday, 2 o'clock. Get your tickets at stlambush.com. Meanwhile, the Sockers go across the state to Independence, Missouri to take on Kansas City, 4 p.m. on Sunday. Well, it's still been fun. I'll miss you, Matt. Great goal by Axel Chikute was one of the highlight moments. I'll miss you on
Have fun
Sunday.
in the City Angels.
I'm off to L.A. You and Mark Moser on the broadcast. I'll be listening in, as will all of our great viewers. Thanks, everybody. This has been St. Louis Ambush Soccer on MASL TV.
Daniel's experience with Kickaroos is he loves putting on the jersey every Saturday. He comes out, enjoys being part of the team, playing around with the ball, learning the game from his coaches, and skills that can last him a lifetime.
You know, this is what young kids sports should be like. It should be fun, it should be engaging, it should be positive. And my son Henry, when I tell him today is Thursday, he's like, is tomorrow soccer day? It's like, no, tomorrow's Friday, and then Saturday is soccer day. For a 4-year-old to have that sort of desire to keep doing an activity, it says a lot about the program. I feel like every coach that we've interacted with, they truly enjoy working with the kids. So at the end of the practice, I make it a mission of mine to say thank you and say, hey, how is my kid doing? And they're all like, oh, he's having so much fun and we love having him. And so it's clear that everybody involved really enjoys kids.
I love soccer so much, and just being a part of the game, being able to coach kids and like being able to influence them like at such a young age in this great sport, it's really something.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.